Now, a British actor has reignited the debate on whether straight actors should play gay roles, saying in an interview it isn't authentic for straight performers to take on queer characters.
This year, we've seen straight actors receive widespread praise for their portrayal of gay characters, including Brendan Fraser in The Whale, for which he won the Best Actor Oscar, and Kate Blanchett in Tar. That said, Tom Hanks has said that he wouldn't take today his role as a gay man that he played in the 1993 film Philadelphia if he was offered it now, because he doesn't think people would accept the inauthenticity of a straight guy playing a gay guy.
Well, joining us now is the actor who made the comments, the Heartland actor, Aidan Moreno. He says straight people don't know what it is like to have been excluded from Hollywood the way that queer actors have. But to debate the issue is former Hollyoaks star Jeremy Edwards, who believes sexuality does not matter when it comes to casting. And you have, in fact, played gay characters, Jeremy.
I have, indeed, yes, I have. And I don't regret it one moment. I thought the actual film that I was in was very much promoting the idea that men are men and that really it doesn't matter what you do in the bedroom. So my character happened to be gay, but that wasn't what defined him. So I think it's a dangerous line to tread in by saying that only gay actors, brilliant as they are, can only play gay characters, because it's like, well, the very essence of being an actor is to act, is to pretend. You
played the gay character Paul in the 2009 film Mr. Right. Aidan, why was Jeremy not qualified for that role?
He was qualified as an actor because our job as actors is to embody somebody else, the characteristics and everything about them. And Jeremy's a fabulous actor. But I think nowadays that representation should be the truest voice of a marginalised community. And historically, gay and LGBTQ+ people have been underrepresented in Hollywood. And now that we are turning that around, I feel like we need to make sure that the voice, whether in the writer's room or the casting process, especially in positions of power, that we make sure that that voice is as authentic as possible.
And the focus on marginalised is important in your argument, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because we were listing people like Tom Hanks, Sean Penn, Rami Malek, who've played gay characters as straight men. But obviously the obvious question to you is, does that mean that gay men can only play gay parts and can't play straight men? I guess...
But that's on the premise that it's a 50-50 playing field as well when we're talking about marginalised communities. I think there was a study last year that said out of all the reoccurring roles on TV last year that only 11% were LGBTQ+ characters. So, you know, there's not as many jobs to go for as well. So we've got to sort of make sure that we level that inequity.
But can you authentically play a straight man?
I've been told not. I think I'm openly gay, and so therefore, since casting know that, I typically get cast not outside of my queerness.
But may I interject here? Because what's actually happened to me, and I told Aidan about this, is I was up for a drama. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a few years ago, and I was told by the casting director that I did by far the best audition, but it was playing a gay couple who'd lost their daughter. It was a real great piece of work, and I didn't get it because I was too well known as a straight actor. So it's actually the what's the word, negative, positive discrimination actually already exists out there, and I don't think it's healthy, because I don't think, I'm not resentful at all, but it can build resentment. If people, you know, what if you go to drama school? You know, I think it's a real stretch to try and put yourself in someone else's shoes.
But I think the issue being, Jeremy,
and think about perhaps how they've grown up and take that on, and as an actor,
but it's from a male, white, straight perspective, which is Hollywood stories in general. And I think we're coming to a point now where we realise when the writing's done or we see something on screen, it needs to be authentic, as in from a gay person's perspective. How true of a form of representation is
I think
that for that gay kid at home watching?
True. If that's what's the most defining thing about that character. Because you look at Elton John taking Taron Egerton, and he was wholeheartedly wanting. Now, Taron's not a gay guy, but Elton John's most defining character is his talent as a singer and a songwriter.
But that's so specific to Elton,
you needed the
right?
best. Yeah, but it's not just to Elton, is it? I mean, but it happens a lot. So I think it's really got to be... If the narrative, for example, Philadelphia, I think if it was cast now, I think Tom Hanks would be wrong to take it, because that was purely... The narrative was purely about being a gay man. But to say that only gay men can play gay actors can play gay roles, I think is slightly
How about
naive.
a really interesting one in my mind is Brokeback Mountain. Heath Ledger, Jake Gyllenhaal, both straight actors, both playing gay men, but actually the film is about their discovery. I wonder whether they weren't more authentic playing those parts because they were straight.
I think that gay people, obviously, we want to be seen in our truest form. I get that back then, maybe... I think if you think about the funding of films, you would have had two openly gay actors leading Brokeback Mountain, would it have had the same cultural phenomenon?
But it was also about men who were not out, discovering, and in a way, you know...
But they were ultimately gay, right?
They were ultimately gay,
yeah,
but I just wonder whether, in authentic
better,
terms... Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you think that's right?
I think back then it served its purpose, but I think now that we are more aware of representation and minority voices, that now I would recast it, for sure.
I think, do you know what I think? I think that this is a great conversation to have. I'm fully behind, you know, the representation, 100%. But I think if only to make people think twice when casting. You know, think, did we really go...
Be part of the consultation.
Did we really go to see how many gay actors we could find first?
Right.
But, for example, if I'm up for a job and I did a better job than a guy who happened to be gay and he got the job, that's not right.
That's true, and also you couldn't say in a casting room, are you gay?
Well, I was going to say, Aidan, what about actors who don't want to discuss their sexuality publicly?
But I think maybe then we need to flip that and say, why don't they feel OK to be openly gay in Hollywood?
For multiple reasons.
Exactly.
And the number one might be personal, but they don't want to discuss it.
But then they could then go into a straight role. But as an openly gay man, I want to advocate for my community.
Yeah. But somebody who's openly gay who wants a straight role, as far as you're concerned, that's OK?
Yeah, because the equity isn't the same. It's not 50-50.
But...
So...
And do you think that's fair, Jeremy?
Well, I think that there's a danger that if you only let gay actors play gay roles, then unfortunately you're taking away their anonymity. So therefore, when you're casting a straight role, people are going to know, because they'll go, oh, I know he's gay. I know he's gay because he played a gay, so he has to be gay to do that. Then does it take a tiny bit of the belief away? You see, the thing is, if you don't know, then hence the anonymity point, if I can play a gay guy, a straight guy, or whatever, then you don't know. The idea is that you should put on that cloak.
Which is ultimately the point of acting. But your point, Aidan, is it's also about representation.
Yeah.
It's about levelling the playing field, and it's about authentic experience.
Yeah, it's so nuanced. There's so many different layers of this.
Well, it's really good to talk to you both. I know it's interesting, isn't it? Russell T Davies, of course, wrote It's a Sin, many, many gay parts, and said every single one of those parts needs to be played. Played by an actor who is gay.
That whole thing was about the struggle of growing up as a gay man. So I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
But I don't agree that only gay... Do you see what I mean?
Context is everything.
Context
Thank you, Aidan. Thank you, Jeremy. Do let us know what you think on this debate on the Twitter, Facebook, email. Let us know.